So, hey everyone, I hope you all are doing well out there. Just wanted to hop on real quick and talk about the hire by the Brooklyn Nets of Jacque Vaughn. Jacque Vaughn, he was actually not their first choice. Their first choice was Ime Udoka, who everybody had presumed would be the next coach of the Brooklyn Nets. And it just shows you this pivot, how they decided to go with Jacque Vaughn. I think it just shows you, pretty much how capitalism works. For the most part, they thought that they had their choice in Ime Udoka, and I think that they didn't want the fallout from the whole situation that happened in Boston on the heels of the Kyrie Irving controversy. So they decided to go with who they felt was a safer pick, which is interesting because not even a week after they named him as the interim head coach, they took the interim tag off and decided that he would be the permanent head coach. So it almost makes you wonder, like, what happened in between the time they decided to make him the interim and decided to make him the permanent head coach. And I believe he's the head coach on paper under contract through 2024. So the rest of this season and the 23-24 season. So what happened in between that time? Well, I just think that the whole Kyrie situation, having amped up a little bit and gotten to the point where it was, and just ownership thinking about the possible negative fallout that could come from hiring someone who probably would have got a lot of pushback from the community. So ultimately, at the end of the day, decisions are made not by who you offend necessarily, and not by what is right and what is wrong, but it has to do, I believe, solely with the bottom line. No matter what business you are in, if you are hurting the brand, if you are hurting the bottom line, if you are going to take money out of the owner's pockets at the end of the day, then you are going to basically not have the opportunity to coach or whatever else it may be. If all expenses are, let's say, $5 million, and you are going to bring in $6 million from your presence, that's a $1 million profit. If expenses are $5 million and you're going to bring in $4.5 million total with your presence, then that's a $500,000 loss. So ultimately, I just think that they didn't feel that the benefits outweigh the negativity that will come with hiring Ime Udoka. And I just don't necessarily think that it would have been a bad hire on the basketball court. Clearly he showed what he can do with the Celtics, and then he was already an assistant coach with the Brooklyn Nets in the past. So I think he would have been a great hire when you talk about X's and O's, but the Nets didn't think that the fallout would outweigh what he could do on the basketball court. But they did leave things open to see how Jacque Vaughn does, and he basically has an audition period for the next year and a half, almost 2 full seasons, but he has an audition period. If he does well, he can get a long-term extension. If he does not do well, then they could go back to Ime Udoka if he's not already signed with another team. So I think they definitely made the safe choice in this instance. As of this video, they're up like 20 points against the Knicks, who are 5-5. So who knows? Maybe Jacque Vaughn is the right choice, but ultimately, whoever the choice is, companies, corporations, they're going to do whatever is best for the brand, do whatever is best for the bottom line, which is understandable, because when all is said and done, they're about money. So, but hey, just tell me what you think. Who do you think would have been the best choice for the Brooklyn Nets position? What do you think should happen to Ime Udoka? When do you think he should get another opportunity? And also, if you want to drop any comments about Kyrie Irving, do you think the Nets will bring him back this year? Do you think he's detrimental to the Nets on the court? Do you think they're a better team without the Nets? I actually have always said that, guy's a phenomenal basketball talent. One-on-one, I'll take him probably over anybody right now, if you're talking about one-on-one. But if you're talking about just a hardcore team game, I've never been a fan. I never have been a fan. I never thought what he did translated to successful teams, except for that, when he had LeBron and when he was a solid number 2 guy and he needed that leadership. But when he's a number 1, or if he's a number 2 with a number 1 that's not very strong as far as leadership, he's not going to flourish. It's a track record. Just look at what he's done. But hey, that's neither here nor there. Tell me what you think. Y'all have a great day.